was my day off for the week. And a lot of people are asking me, how was the day off with Kat? Well, it was good, but it was also, let me put it this way. Ever since the trip to Connecticut, Kat and I have basically been behind on everything. Just to give you some perspective, laundry, I mean, all the clothes we wore in Connecticut have to be washed, and then, of course, we have laundry that we had left over that needed to be washed, and it's like an endless thing. Like, we're constantly washing clothes. Oh, no, there's another load that's already built up. We need to wash the sheets on the bed. We need to wash like a million things. So it's like a big steamrolling thing of laundry. And we weren't home yesterday. Even though it was our day off, we weren't home for most of the day. So we're trying to rush to do it in the morning. Then we're trying to rush to do stuff at night. In addition to that, the week that we were in Connecticut was garbage week here in Washington State. And a lot of people don't know because, I've talked about it a few times over the years, but in Washington State, it's considered a green state. What that means is that they have very strict regulations and requirements in regards to garbage removal. You need to only have your garbage removed every other week. They come every other week. That's it. Not once a week, every other week. And you're only allowed 1 can of trash. I know that sounds crazy to some people who probably do a lot more than that. We're only allowed 1 can of trash. What we're supposed to do is separate all of our trash into what's considered regular trash, what's considered biodegradable trash, and what's considered recyclables. So we have 3 cans that we need to separate everything into here in Washington. The problem was, when we were in Connecticut, that was garbage week. So we had, a can of trash basically ready to go and didn't get emptied because we were in Connecticut, right? So, and also the recyclables. We had a full can here of recyclables. So we yesterday had to basically make a run to the dump. Because we had overflowing cans of trash, and there was no way that they were going to last another week, because it's the next week that actually the cans get picked up. And in addition to that, if you have extra trash, let's say, for example, because we were here, we have 2 cans of trash, they charge you a lot of money to even have 1 extra can of trash removed. They charge you a lot of money to have an extra can removed. There's no public places to dump trash at all, or recyclables either. Like, what we needed to do, we had to go to the dump, and when you go to the dump, there's a recycling area at the dump that's free, so we got rid of our recyclables there, and then we had to basically pay to go inside and dump the bags of trash, and there's not much you could do about it. It was either that or our garage was going to smell like shit, like rotten garbage for weeks at a time, which we weren't going to put up with. So, yeah, that was pretty much our day. It was washing clothes, going to the dump, doing various things that we needed to do, and we're still not caught up. Like, as of today, we're still not caught up with everything. Even though we're back into the swing of things, I'm working now full-time again, and Kat is working. We haven't really caught up yet, necessarily, with everything we need to do, in order to kind of be, back into the gist of things. I even said to Kat yesterday, I was like, it's probably still going to take us like another week to get back into the swing of things here. But it's fine. It's fine. We did have a fun day off regardless. And thanks to anyone who, sent us well wishes and all that. I hope that all of you had fun yesterday, maybe watching stuff on DSPGaming. As you know, everything that I ever have streamed, I record and I archive over on my YouTube channel, DSPGaming. So if ever, I'm not here for a day, you still have about 10 years of footage to watch. That's not even an exaggeration. I've pretty much, put up new gameplay videos every day for 10 years. So you have a lot of stuff to watch over on DSPGaming on YouTube. Okay? All right. So, thank you guys very much for that support. I'm back today. Now, let's talk a little bit. First of all, I'm a little bit congested. My nose is a little bit congested. I hope it clears up during the course of today's stream. We are now full on in spring. It's actually getting much warmer here, which means everything is blooming, the animals are out, but that also means pollen. And so the pollen is out. I'm starting to get a little bit of allergies. So apologies today if I sneeze a little bit or whatever. It is what it is. I'm going to probably be like this for a few weeks. Yesterday I was actually having skin irritation from allergies, which I get sometimes too. I was having a big itchiness of some parts of my skin, which happens with allergies sometimes, which is very annoying, by the way. But I'm going to tough through it. I'll do my best. All right. What are we doing today? Well, I'll tell you what we're doing today. We're going to be doing Phoenix Wright Trials and Tribulations as well as Black Ops 4 Blackout. Now, just so everyone knows, this is the final major session of Phoenix Wright before it becomes a late night chill playthrough. All right. I'm going to be very honest with everyone, and I kind of expected this to happen. This Phoenix Wright playthrough is not getting much attention. If you saw stream attendance the other day when it premiered, we never even hit 400 viewers. And it basically slowly declined over the course of the stream. YouTube videos as well, you know, not doing great. But I knew that. Like, I knew that going into it, that this kind of visual novel style game was not going to have a wide viewership anymore. You know, there was a time 5 years ago, 6, 7 years ago, when I was playing these games on YouTube, that I was much more popular as a YouTube Let's Player. And it wasn't even about the live stream interactions or anything. It was about just me doing these kind of videos offline. And I was one of the few people who would play Phoenix Wright and not only read all the dialogue, but do voice acting and everything. And it was a big gimmick back then, you know. A lot of people actually said, wow, I got into Phil from watching his Phoenix Wright playthrough, and then I watched him do all other stuff over the years. But it's been over 5 years since I played a major Phoenix Wright game, and, you know, any of that interest has waned. Most people are not going to wait 5 years to see me play another game in the series. You know what I mean? And I knew that last year when the patrons nominated and voted for this game to be a Patron's Choice playthrough, that this was going to end up kind of being a bust when it comes to getting popularity and the like. I knew it, okay? I just knew it up front. And I always knew that even though I was probably going to do a couple streams of it as a mainstream just to get a big chunk into the game was going to end up being a late night chill deal rather than a mainstream. In fact, most people have said, why are you doing this as a mainstream? You know, you should be doing this as a late night game because it is that more chill vibe, more of a like, you know, we know you're going to have lower attendance and everything. You should have a more popular game on your main gameplay stream. All right, fair enough. I actually agree with you. I do. And that's why today it will be the final major session of Phoenix Wright before this game does hit the back burner as a late night deal. Okay? So this will be about 4+ hours of Phoenix Wright Trials and Tribulations. And after this, it'll basically be going on hiatus for a bit as I play other games and new releases come out this next week. But once we slow down a little bit from the coverage of the new releases, Phoenix Wright's going to end up being a late night stream. Okay? So rest assured, this game will continue and it will be a full playthrough. As you guys know, the Phoenix Wright games are incredibly long. On average, I think they run like... I think the quickest Phoenix Wright game is like 25 to 30 hours. And, you know, the longest ones are like 45 hours or something crazy like that. All right. So, you know, I get that. And I know this is going to be a playthrough that's going to be on and off for quite some time. And I just want to let everyone understand that this is going to be a playthrough that's going to be continuing on and off for a while. All right. This is not going to be a game that I'm going to be playing all the time and finish within a month. I don't even think it's going to finish by the summer. I think we're going to be in the middle of the summer. Seriously. Before we get to a point here where I think Phoenix Wright is going to finally be coming to its conclusion. And that's kind of fine because a lot of people are kind of in contention of what should be the next JRPG that I play. And there's been debate between Final Fantasy IX, Final Fantasy 12, or a game like Lost Odyssey, or a game like Suikoden. There's many games in contention. And people are like, man, will you do one of those during the summer downtime? Typically, you do like that stuff during the summer. You know, last summer, I did Persona 5. Summer before that, I know I did one. So, you know, what will I do? And I was like, you know, I'll definitely consider it. But there's no way that I can even do a JRPG unless Phoenix Wright is done. Because they're basically very, you know, they're niche titles for a certain group of my audience. Who, by the way, I very much appreciate. I love Japanese-centric games. I love the games that focus heavily on Japanese culture. And, you know, these games are very much that, okay? Visual novels, JRPGs in particular. And I love playing them, but, you know, I have to balance that with other stuff. I have to balance it with new releases and with other more action-based games that people are going to come out to watch the streams and be supportive. I wish I could just sit here and do JRPGs all day, but I would go out of business overnight. I'm just being very honest with all of you. It was through the grace of, I'd probably say 100 people last year that I actually got through an extended playthrough of Dragon Quest XI, which I very much loved the game, by the way, and I'm very appreciative of those people who basically showed up to every stream and were very supportive, because it certainly didn't get a lot of attention and views, but people supported it enough that I was able to do the extended playthrough of that game. But that's not going to happen with every single style Japanese game that I play. You see what I mean? You know, that's going to be kind of the exception to the rule, where mostly when I play these games, they don't get a lot of attention. So, the truth of the matter is that I do like these games, but, you know, I got to be realistic. And the other thing is, Phoenix Wright, as you know, I'm voice acting. I have to read constantly. The entire time I'm playing Phoenix Wright, I'm reading. And then I'm doing voices. In order to do that, it's very taxing on my voice, just to be very honest with you. And the other day after I did it for 4 hours, my voice was shot. I can only do this every once in a while. I certainly cannot do this for 4-hour segments all the time. And in addition to that, I need to take time between them to make sure I don't lose my voice. Especially with next week, we've got Mortal Kombat 11 and Days Gone coming out, 2 huge high-profile releases. I have to be sure, you know, that I can play these games and not have an issue. So I can't be playing Phoenix Wright constantly. It's just another thing, you know. Another reason why I can't be playing this game constantly. So, Phoenix Wright Trials and Tribulations. Today will be the final major stream, 4+ hours. We're probably going to get through the second case, I'm thinking. We didn't even get to the trial yet, but more than likely we'll get a big tear into, if not complete, the second case today, I'm thinking. Then tonight, it's going to be Black Ops 4 Blackout. My kind of weekly session of Battle Royale. And yes, I am aware that I played this on Sunday, and today's Friday. It's not a week yet, but, you know, this is the last opportunity I'll have to play it before we get into new releases next week, so I definitely want to do another session of it. And I think it's a great thing to balance with Phoenix, right? It's completely different, it's action-based, and it lends itself to tons of interactivity, so I think that's going to be a fun stream tonight. It always is. Every time I've been getting sledgehammer kills that are pretty epic now, so I actually can't wait for more. I love the sledgehammer that they added to this. I just took a sip of my energy drink, and it fucking splashed all over me. What the hell? It seriously, it came out of the can and splashed all over my face and my pants. What the fuck? What the fuck? Hold on. Why did it do that? Oh. Okay, hold on. I'm drying myself off here. What the shit? Fucking exploded all over me. Jesus Christ. Okay. Alright, I'm okay now. I've dried myself off. I don't know. It was just a normal kickstart can, and I'm drinking it. And I put it down, the thing goes all over me. Okay. Anyway. Alright, so that's tonight. Tomorrow, I'm going to be finishing up World War Z. Now, this is funny because earlier this week, I had a poll up. Gee, what do you guys want to see me play? Do you want to see me play Sekiro New Game Plus? Do you want to see me play Donkey Kong Country 3? Or do you want to see World War Z? And World War Z won the poll. And then I played it, and people were like, meh. And I was like, yeah, that's why I didn't want to play it. Like, that's kind of why I didn't want to play the game. It was $40 as a new release. And it pretty much seems like it's Left 4 Dead, only third person, and with graphics of, like, The Division. And not to say that's bad. It's not a bad game. It's just basically a game made for co-op. There's 4 campaigns that are all about an hour long, maybe a little bit longer. And there's a little bit of multiplayer, and that's the whole game. And there's not that much to it, especially replayability-wise. Once you've seen each story-based campaign, even if you up the difficulty, you're not going to really see anything new. You're just going to see enemies that down you easier or whatever. And the whole incentive of the game is to play it more with your friends to level up, get better abilities and weapons through the leveling system, and kind of challenge yourself to do better on harder difficulties. But in reality, it doesn't seem like there's much to the game. So I played it, you know, as a major stream back on Wednesday. And I have basically one more stage in the 3rd campaign, and then the whole 4th campaign to go. And then I'm going to check out the multiplayer of the game. All right. And then if I even have extra time, maybe I'll go back and do, like, do the main one of the earlier campaigns on the hardest difficulty just to see what the hell it is. And then I'm pretty much done with the game. I mean, 2 sessions out of a $40 game, which is why I was very skeptical, about playing it to begin with. I figured it was going to be a dump of money that was going to be wasted money. And I hate to say it, it looks like it's kind of proving itself true, which sucks, because as you know, I'm not made of money, and I got to be very, very more careful. I got to be more careful with what I pick and choose to play. So maybe in the future, I just won't put the $40 game that probably isn't so good into the contention for a game to play. I mean, I kind of blame myself because I put it in the polling myself. That's my fault. But, you know, I maybe should have just listened to, you know, what I was feeling, my gut feelings about that game. In fact, someone was saying, yeah, here it is. DJ Runo says the game's already dropped to 25 pounds, 25 euros. So it originally started as $40. Now it's 25 already. I don't know if it's 25 in the United States. But, yeah, because what do you expect? The game's a disposable game. You sit down, you play it for like 5-6 hours with your friends, and then you're done. Like, you've seen everything. At least with Left 4 Dead, all right, there was ramping challenge, and there were kind of like bosses. Either the tank, whenever the tank came out, or the witch. It was kind of like a boss fight, which was really neat. And that's really not the case in World War Z. Yeah, there's a few unique characters, like, oh, the Lunger, whatever the fuck he's called, or the Bull, or the hazmat guy, or whatever. But they're just, you know, they're nothing like Left 4 Dead in that regard. It doesn't have the level of polish and epicness that Left 4 Dead did. And so it just kind of feels like a pale copy. You know what I mean? So, yeah. I'm going to be doing that tomorrow. It's going to be my final major session of World War Z, and it's probably going to be the end of the game. I don't see a reason to go back to it after tomorrow's major stream. Tomorrow night, I'm going to try something different. So, Black Ops 4, you know, for a while there, I was playing the multiplayer of it. And then over the month of March, I stopped playing the multiplayer because in March, Modern Warfare Remastered became the free game for PS Plus. And so because there were so many people playing it, I jumped in. That was kind of my multiplayer first-person shooter for March. And now here we are halfway through April, and I really haven't done anything like that. What I want to do, and this is just an experiment, and if it fails, fine, we don't have to do it ever again. But if you guys aren't aware, Call of Duty Black Ops 4 Black Ops 4 multiplayer, standard multiplayer mode, had a new mode that was added over last month that took out the classes. So you know the classes that I absolutely fucking hate in Black Ops 4, you know, the putting down a wall that magically has some kind of invisible beam that does insane damage to you, pulling out a fucking, you know, a fucking stupid grenade launcher that you can shoot 100 grenades out of, you know, all the stupid shit in the game that I hate. The classes that are so gimmicky and basically turn the game into a gimmick fest rather than actually being good at a first-person shooter. The game removes them and basically just makes it a core first-person shooter again. Which I like that premise. That's what I want the game to be. I don't want the gimmick and crap. I just want it to be a first-person shooter to begin with, like Modern Warfare. So that's going to be tomorrow night. I'm going to give that a shot, and we're going to see what it is, okay? If it's terrible, and it's not good, and it's causing me rage and boredom, then I'm just never going to do it again. But I figure I own the game. I might as well give it a shot. You know, I am looking for kind of a first-person shooter game that I can alternate within all my other stuff. And Modern Warfare Remastered is pretty much dead at this point. The last time I played it, the connections were god-awful again. Because here's the thing. Modern Warfare Remastered was popular in March because it was the free for PS Plus game. But now it's April. So as soon as the new slew of games came out, everyone dropped Modern Warfare Remastered and immediately trying to play it. All the connections were terrible. So I said, I'm just not playing it ever again. You know, it sucks that I basically got a month of gameplay out of it. But it's shit now. It's all shit connections and bad gameplay. So there's no point in playing it again. So I'll give it a shot. All right. I'll give it a shot. We'll see what happens. And we'll go from there. Then on Sunday and Monday, I think I'm going to start up Donkey Kong Country 3. This is a playthrough that I promised everyone I was eventually going to do. I really have nothing else to do for main gameplay streams for a couple of days until the new releases this week. So it kind of makes sense to do this. So yeah, 2 days straight, it'll be classic platforming goodness with Donkey Kong Country 3. Maybe I'll beat the game. I don't know. People are actually saying Donkey Kong Country 3 is one of the easiest ones. So if that is the case, then maybe I'll beat it in 2 sessions, which would be great because then it's not lingering, but I don't know. And what I'm going to do those nights is I'm going to balance that game with some chill streaming. So probably one night I'm going to do like Minecraft. The other night I'm debating, I'm probably going to do MLB, quite frankly. But, you know, some people have been clamoring for Subnautica to come back. And I'm like, you know, Subnautica really was dwindling in interest. Way less people were showing up to hang out while I played it. And quite frankly, the game kind of became a grind fest. Although, I'll admit, the last time that I played, I went to some brand new areas that were pretty sweet. I went to this cool underwater area with all these giant skeletons and new enemy types. And I got the rare resources I needed to craft the prawn suit. And I think now what it's going to be is me taking the prawn suit to vital areas where I need to mine stuff. To try to get all the rest of the resources in order to complete the game. But it really seemed to me that Subnautica, people were getting bored of it, okay? And that's why I kind of was like, meh, you know, it's not a big deal. It's not on my priority list. And it hasn't been, you know, for weeks. It hasn't been on my priority list at all. And I haven't really been focusing on it. So, it is what it is. We'll see. Maybe I'll swing Subnautica back into the mix, or maybe I won't. I guess it'll all depend on how things go. But, we'll see. Basically, it's going to be Donkey Kong Country 3 Sunday and Monday, balanced with chill stuff at night, more than likely another session of MLB. And I swear to God, I better get promoted to the majors at this point because it's getting fucking ridiculous. And then paired with, something else, maybe Minecraft or Subnautica, we'll see. Then, finally, on Tuesday, we've got the release of Mortal Kombat 11, which I know many of you are excited for. I'm excited for it. Why? Because NetherRealm fighting games are great. First of all, they always have a robust story mode, all right, that usually cover a lot of stuff. I mean, not only are you talking, a cool story in general that's really well written by NetherRealm, but you get to play as a variety of characters, all right? You get to play usually as both the newer characters as well as classics, so you kind of get immersed in the gameplay of the game, which is really nice. And then, there's other modes. There's the crypt mode where you go through and you unlock unlockables in the game. There's jump scares and stuff. At least if it's like Mortal Kombat 10, that was a really awesome mode, going through the crypt mode. I thought it was super fun. The jump scares in particular were really neat. And then there's challenge towers to check out. And then in addition to all of that, obviously, the wide cast of characters you could try out to bring them online. So we're talking a ton of content that's going to be coming out of Mortal Kombat 11 starting this Tuesday. And I'm very excited for it. So I'm going to be playing Mortal Kombat 11 straight on 2 straight days. Tuesday and Wednesday, it's going to be all MK11. More than likely trying to beat the story mode first, then probably the tutorials, or probably tutorials first, then the story mode, and then probably some crypt and challenge towers and trying different characters and then going online. It's going to be a lot of fun content at launch, okay? Then on Thursday of next week is my day off for the week. So, like I said, after 6 straight days of streaming, I'll have a day off. But then I'll be back on Friday with Days Gone. The premiere of Days Gone. By the way, Sony is promoting the shit out of this game now. I saw ads on TV for it and everything. I was like, wow, they actually really are backing this game very strongly. Which I was surprised because, this game has been through the ringer. It's been delayed a few times. And a lot of reports were that maybe it's not going to be so good. But it looks like Sony is firmly backing it. And that kind of makes me feel a little bit better that maybe it's going to be a great game. I guess we'll see. But, I'm excited for Days Gone for sure. So 2 big high-profile releases coming in the next week. Mortal Kombat 11 and Days Gone. So I hope you guys are very excited for those. That's the rough schedule for the week. Just to recap, today it's Phoenix Wright and Blackout. Tomorrow it's the conclusion of World War Z. And then we're going to try the classless multiplayer in Black Ops 4. Sunday and Monday is going to be Donkey Kong Country 3 paired with chill stuff. For example, MLB and Minecraft more than likely. Then on Tuesday and Wednesday, full coverage of MK11. And then Days Gone starting on Friday. Okay, good stuff. A good strong end of the month for sure. So before we get to plugs, I just have one quick thing that I want to say. All right, and this is going to be very heartfelt, and this is going to be very honest. I want to say thank you to those of you who are here hanging out with me daily on the streams, having fun. And thanks to those of you who completely ignored any bullshit drama that happened over the past week or so, after I announced my marriage to Kat and I came back from Connecticut. There was a lot of assholes who tried to say a lot of stupid shit and tried to make up a lot of stupid shit, and, saying a lot of nasty things about me, about, accusing me of negative, nasty things like scamming people and the like, which did not happen whatsoever. You know, if you want the full explanation of everything that happened when I was in Connecticut, you know, some really important decisions about my life coming up that I made and everything, go watch the podcast. I had a 4-hour podcast that I did about this on Sunday. And you can watch that over on my vlogging channel, The King of Hate Vlogs, at any time, on demand on YouTube. Okay? So, the reason I'm bringing this up is I just want to say thank you, because you never know what's going to happen. And I really had to keep the marriage thing secret. I had to. I knew that if I had made it public, number one, it would have been 2 months of fucking drama before it. Number two, you would have had people for 2 months negatively lying and saying, any money Phil raises on streams is for pay for his wedding and shit. When in reality, I spent little to no money whatsoever. Probably a few $100s tops, you know, on the rings and you know, a belt and a tie. You know, stupid, superficial little things on the wedding. That was it. None of the money that I had raised for taxes or anything like that went towards the wedding, period. And anyone saying otherwise has zero evidence of anything, because it's a lie. You can't have evidence of a lie. But regardless, people are stupid, and people want to believe drama, and people want to believe the negative and try to stir attention up, especially for themselves, so they can get attention on their negative shit. All right, and it's just sad, because you know there are people who are fans of mine who sadly sometimes believe the nonsense. They just want to believe it. It's like, geez, when so many people attack Phil daily, maybe some of it has to be true. In reality, none of it is. But you have to realize they're doing it for their own attention and their own personal gain, because they know I have no recourse against any of it besides just ignoring it or just moving on positively. And if I ignore it, then people say, oh, it must be true because Phil didn't address it, right? And it sucks, because I know for a fact there are some people who either are in a gray area of they don't know if they believe my story or not, or they've just said forget it and they've moved on. And that sucks. But the bottom line is, this week, I didn't see much of that at all. I came back from Connecticut wondering what was going to happen. Okay? I was like, I don't know what's going to happen here. You know, it could be total acceptance, total rejection, a mix. In reality, I did see a mix, but I would say more towards acceptance. You know what I mean? Of people believing me, which is great, because everything I told you was true. I didn't make a damn thing up. And it's been great, because, you know, I'm on the streams and I'm hanging out with you guys and I'm having fun. Everything's been a great week. I'm like, man, this is actually really good. Because I'll be honest, I was very nervous. I was very nervous about coming back from Connecticut and wondering how things were going to happen, how the reception was going to be. And it's been good. It's, in general, been majority of the people have been very positive. Everything's been good here on the streams. Okay? So that's a good thing. So thank you guys very much for your support. I just want to be very positive moving forward, and saying, you know, thank you for being supportive, for believing me, for congratulating us on our marriage, and, you know, trusting me, you know, not being, I mean, what can I show you as evidence? Nothing. There's nothing I can show you as evidence. What do you want to see? The receipt that I sent money to the government as a tax payment? Oops, if I do that, I show you my personal information, and then I'm in trouble. I can't do that. You know, I did, though. My taxes are paid, at least for now. You know, the taxes I needed to pay to qualify for that payment plan have been paid. I'm in a good, you know, at least for now in the short term, you know, things are good in regards to that. And, you know, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling positive. The rest of this month's going to be great with Mortal Kombat 11 and Days Gone. And pretty much this is the last time I'm going to bring up any of this bullshit, because there's no reason to. You know, I was really nervous that I was going to come back and just have months of drama. And the thing is, guys, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. Okay? There's going to be people who are going to be constantly bringing this shit up. Constantly. They're going to be, oh, Phil's a scammer, and the marriage, and blah, 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 blah. And the reason they're going to do that is very simple. It's because they have nothing else to talk about. Because they're looking at my streams like, oh shit, Phil's, you know, people are still attending Phil's streams. People are liking what he does. People are being supportive. You know, it seems like all the spin that we tried to do to hurt him didn't work. So what they're going to try to do is just harp on this thing forever. They're going to be talking about this for months. Seriously. They will be talking about this for months as if it's still going on. And in reality, it's all in the past. It's done. The trip was a successful trip. Got to spend a lot of time with my parents. Married Kat. Had a good time. Made memories that I'll remember for the rest of my life. And now I'm back to full-time streaming. And everything's good. No matter what they say, no matter how they like to try to spin stupid shit, and no matter how many people, sadly, I hate to say it, had the wool pulled over their eyes because they're gullible, and they constantly and literally just believe stuff with no evidence, it's over with. So after this moment here on pre-stream, I'm not going to be bringing it up anymore. But I guarantee you, these people who all they do is stir the pot, negative shit, they'll be bringing this up constantly. Consta-fucking-ly. And it just shows that they're so unimaginative, boring fucking people. All they can do is harp on the same negative shit to try to get attention for themselves. All right? And the bottom line is that, you know, the only reason they exist is because of me. It's true. The only reason any of these people have any notoriety or whatever is because I exist. Because they have found that this is the meme. This is the thing. You can make fun of Phil and spin shit and say slanderous stuff about Phil. And Phil has zero recourse. He can't sue any of us because he can't afford it. YouTube won't shut us down because YouTube is an automated piece of shit. And unless they get threatened with a lawsuit, they won't shut anything down. So we have free reign to just say whatever we want. And over the years, we found we can say whatever we want about Phil. And it hurts him and we don't care because as long as we get popularity and we make money off of it, we don't care. It's the most base immorality you can have as a human. Basically getting success on the coattails of others and at the expense of others with absolutely zero self-consciousness or morality to it, having no feeling of remorse for hurting others, you know. What is it? I think it's called being a sociopath, right? Like just blatantly hurting others to get ahead and you have no feeling of like, man, that's kind of wrong inside of you. That's who these people are. All right? And they will be doing this over and over and over. There's nothing, you know, I can't do anything about it. They will literally be lying and slandering about me for months now. And it'll be the same thing. Because there's no way they could have any evidence of anything because it's not true what they're saying. So it's just going to be the same speculation, the same bullshit. So I just want to say thank you. The honest viewers, the true viewers who've come and you know, are like, fuck all that nonsense. I don't care about it. You know, I'm just happy for Phil. And, you know, I'm just happy that, you know, you guys are still here. I was super nervous. I was going to come back and people were going to buy the bullshit. They were going to become, you know, led by the wolves, sheep led by the wolves, right? And that they were going to believe everything, despite the fact it was all untrue. And that didn't happen at all. In fact, it's been the complete and utter opposite. You guys have been here hanging out with me every day. It's been great. So it feels like nothing happened at all. Nothing negative happened. And I'm happy. So thank you guys very much for that, okay? Thank you. I appreciate it. You know, especially with all the new stuff coming around the corner. I'm super hyped for all of that, and I know you guys are too, okay? So thank you guys, all right? All right, that's it. That's the last time I'm bringing that shit up, that negative I'm serious. There's no point to bringing it up ever again. If you're going to try to cheer or tip me and ask me questions about the drama, don't expect an answer. I'm being very honest and upfront with all of you. Because some people like to stir the shit. Oh, Phil said he's never going to talk about it again, so now I'm going to start cheering and asking questions about it. You're just going to be wasting your time. I'm not bringing that shit up again. There's no point. Like I said, let these idiots sit there and talk about it for months on end. You know. So, we'll see. We'll see how things go. But for now, I'm happy. You guys seem to be happy. Good stuff. Let's keep it positive. Okay? All right, guys. So now, very quickly, let's do some plugs, and then let's get to shout-outs. So thanks, everyone, for all of your support. 10-plus years of doing what I love for a living. Very much appreciated. For those of you who want to contribute today, there are various ways you can to keep me going. You can check out my Patreon at patreon.com/DarksidePhil, where your monthly pledges earn you personal perks. I'm not really going to get into it. You can find all the details on the website, and I appreciate anyone who is a monthly contributor there. I also have a Teespring store, okay, where I sell all kinds of fun merchandise. T-shirts, hoodies, mugs, etc. Good quality stuff. And I want to say thanks to anyone who's bought anything before. In fact, someone just told me they bought a shirt, which is really awesome. That helps me out. It does. So thanks for that. And then, excuse me, big burp. Oh my goodness. If you're here live on the stream and you want to contribute during the stream and get a shout out for your contributions, you can. In fact, with Phoenix Wright, as you guys know, this is just all dialogue. So with literally almost no gameplay, I have ample opportunity to respond to all of your contributions during the stream. All right, so if you cheer, sub, or tip during today's stream, I will give you a verbal shout out. Keep in mind, as I've already mentioned, it's subjective what I read and say on my streams. If you're going to bring up stuff, for example, what I just mentioned and said I would never talk about again on the stream, guess what? I'm not going to talk about it, okay? So it's that simple. And plus, if you bring up negativity, drama, insults, etc., that's the kind of stuff I don't address on my streams, just to forewarn all of you, okay? For example, I just got a $1 tip from someone. Bring it up. I'm not even kidding you. This is not even an exaggeration. As I said that, someone fucking tipped me $1 and brought it up. I'm not addressing it. So, so you're just wasting your time, okay? I'm not even gonna acknowledge it. I'm just gonna gloss and pretend like it didn't happen. Gloss over it, okay? So there you go. But anyway, thank you for any of your contributions during the stream. I'll give you a shout out no matter what you do. As you see, we have a stream stats leaderboard at the top of the screen. We did lose a few subs during the break yesterday when I wasn't here, but that's fine. Undoubtedly, we're gonna get them back. Our sub goal this month is 600 subs. We can hit 600 subs by the end of the month, which we very much can do with the new releases around the corner, okay? I'm going to be doing the Viewer's Choice events. The first time I've ever done this, where every single viewer will be able to nominate and vote on games for an upcoming guaranteed full playthrough. Every kind of game is eligible, so it should be interesting to see what people nominate and vote on, all right? So we want to hit that goal. And by the way, subbing to the channel gives you many benefits, including access to all of my emotes. I just have a new objection emote for this Phoenix Wright playthrough. That's a 2-part emote that's been added. Plus, you don't have to watch advertisements when I run them. And you get a cool chat crown badge to show how long you've been a supporter. So, good stuff for subbing. Please consider subbing. If you're the current top cheerer or top tipper of the day, I'll put you up on the leaderboard there as the top cheerer or top tipper, which is great. And, of course, we do have a cheering leaderboard that's integrated here into the chat that updates automatically. So you can make the top 10 cheerers as well if, you cheer the appropriate amounts to get in there. So thanks to everyone for everything. Right now, any kind of contribution is appreciated. They all help me equally. So however you want to contribute, whether it's Patreon, Teespring, cheering, subbing, tipping, they're all great. Okay? Fair enough. All right. Let's get to shout-outs. Oh, by the way, one final thing. I'm going to start saying this on streams, too. If you have any questions about contributions, all you need to do is type exclamation point and then the type of contribution into the stream chat, and you'll, like, for example, exclamation point Patreon. We'll explain how to contribute via Patreon. Exclamation point Teespring. Exclamation point cheer, exclamation point sub, or exclamation point tip. All those commands are integrated with our chat bot, and they will give you the information in the stream chat on how to do those things. So I don't have to go into massive detail about, oh, here's how you do it anymore. I'm just going to say type exclamation point and then the kind of contribution you maybe want to make. It'll give you full details on how to do it. Okay? Good. All right. So, let's go ahead and do some shout-outs for those who've contributed today. Let's go all the way down here. So we start off with actually a few overnight cheers from Golden Colts. Thank you very much, Golden Colts, for those overnight cheers. They're much appreciated. Grayside Will did a 100-bit cheer. So first of all, that makes that person the top cheerer of the day. Let's get them up there until someone trumps them, which I don't know if anyone has yet. And he makes a joke, which is kind of silly. He says, with your pre-streams being on the long side, do you think your stream will eventually evolve into one long pre-stream? Yes. In fact, soon, it will just be Phil's pre-stream streams. That's it. No, in reality, the reason pre-stream's so long is because it's basically a podcast every morning. We talked about this the other day, how the reason I don't do my podcasts anymore is because every morning I do a podcast right here before I start streaming gameplay. And it's fun, and I get to answer all of your questions, and I get to give shout-outs for all your contributions because I'm grateful. It's a great thing. I love it. And the bottom line is we still get the gameplay in that I promised. Every day I promise around 4 hours at least of gameplay on the first stream, and we always get it. So as long as I'm living up to, what I'm expected to do and what I'm promising, it doesn't matter how long the pre-streams are, and they're fun, and a lot of people actually say I tune in just for the pre-stream. Even if I don't like the game for the day, I watch the pre-streams. So that's a good thing, right? But no, in reality, you can't have just a pre-stream, because a pre-stream means it comes before another stream. If the entirety of the stream is me talking, then that was the stream. It wasn't a pre-stream. See what I mean? What this reminds me of is redemption runs and how people basically have miscategorized what a redemption run is. So, for example, the very few redemption runs I've done were games like Metal Gear Solid I think it was 2 and 3, as well as the Dark Souls series. I've done the redemption runs where I said I'm going to go back and play them better the second time around than I did the first time, right? And, you know, in those cases, and for the most part, I did. I did much better the second time around than the first. But what ended up happening is then people basically try to make everything a redemption run. Phil, will you do a Neo redemption run? I'm like, I played Neo well the first time. Like, the first time I played Neo, I learned the gameplay mechanics. I was parrying bosses. I beat a whole boss without ever getting hit. Like, I did really decently good. Was I amazing master level? No. But I did really good playing Neo. Why would I go back and do a redemption run when the first playthrough was good? You see what I mean? And then people will just start saying, will you do a redemption run of a game I never even played? What does that mean? How do you do a redemption run? How do you redeem something you've never done before? But that's what I mean. Like, people are saying, oh, can you make the pre-stream the whole stream? Then it's not the pre-stream anymore. You see? People are taking these general terms and turning them into things that they're not. Almost basically like they're doing memes and stuff, you know? So anyway, there you go. There's your answer. Grayside Will. Tanamouter did a 100-bit cheer. Thank you, Tanamouter. King of Golf HD cheered. He says, I'm usually here, but I'm extra positive right now, and I'm going to be here all day. Then he started talking about another streamer who I'm not going to address because, as you know, I don't bring up drama in regards to other streamers and the like. So thank you, King of Golf, for the cheer. I'm glad to hear that you're going to be here all day to help moderate, but I'm not going to bring up negative drama, okay? Be the Curdle Corn, which is weird because I thought his name was Curdle Be the Corn, and now his name is Be the Curdle Corn? Who the I swear, sometimes you guys change your names, and then you just confuse the shit out of me. Like, it was Colonel Be the Corn. Now he's Be the Curdle Corn? Or is this somebody else? I don't even know. Anyway, they resubbed for 9 months and says, I've been playing this trilogy a lot. I like it. No, I've been playing this trilogy and I like it a lot so far. Do you plan on playing any of the other Phoenix Wright games which came out after this? Being completely honest with you, is it out of the question? No. Will I be doing it anytime soon? No. I know for a fact the next visual novel that people that people want to see me play, is Danganronpa 3. That's a game that, number one, I didn't play as a new release because, sadly, doing playthroughs of it were getting stricken down on YouTube. And number two, because I just played Danganronpa 1 and 2, I wasn't going to play 3 right after it. You know, I know that's the next one people want. So after Phoenix Wright, Danganronpa 3 will be the next visual novel I end up playing. However, don't expect it anytime soon. You know Phoenix Wright is incredibly long. It's going to take me a long time to beat it. And like I said, probably up next, I'll be doing a JRPG style thing, maybe during the summer. So it's going to be a while. Okay? Fair enough? Oh, I misspelled the top cheerer's name. My fault. Let me go ahead and fix that. You're right. Thank you. Thank you guys for saying that in stream chat because it allows me to see that I misspelled something. DJ Runo cheered, and he says, holy moly, the price of World War Z dropped to 25 euros yesterday. I missed most of yesterday. Is it that bad? See, DJ Runo, it's not that it's bad. The game isn't bad, although it did crash once on my PS4, which was very fucking annoying. It's not bad, but at the very same time, there's not much substance to it. You play the 4 campaigns, you do a little bit of the multiplayer, you've seen the entirety of the game. And yes, you can up the difficulty levels, and you play more, you unlock better versions of the weapons, and different abilities for classes that you're playing. But in general, you've seen everything. I mean, how many times ad nauseum will you replay the same thing over and over? Is it a good game to play with a squad of friends and hang out and have fun with? Yes. Is it a game you're going to want to play a million times? Probably not. You probably play it through a few times and you're done with it. So, $40, I understand why they charge $40 for it at launch, because it's definitely not enough content to hold up for a full retail release in the modern era. But it's not surprising to me to hear that the game's value has already dropped dramatically over the week as people started playing it and people started watching people playing it and saying, I'm not buying that for $40. I'll be done with it in a couple sittings, you know. So yeah, more than likely this weekend probably the price is dropping, and I've already said this. I would expect this to be a free for PS Plus style game within a few months. Like, no exaggeration. That's what it's going to end up being. Okay, Fly Eagles Fly has resubscribed for 25 months. Thank you very much, Fly Eagles Fly, for the resub and 25 months of support. Insomniatic Meat did a 200-bit cheer. Thank you, Insomniatic Meat. Let's go ahead and get you up on the leaderboard. You are the top cheer of the day. Thank you, thank you. Okay, Omnipotent Mr. Dr. Profusi, also known as Uzi, cheered. He says, terrible storm today. I was going to hang out with friends, but now I'm stuck here watching quality content. Well, at least, hopefully I can entertain you. And hopefully you will enjoy today's stream. Thank you for the cheer. Hodar Targ cheered. So can you tell Mama Burnell to tell you to turn on text-to-speech and do green screen footage? You hold her advice in high regard. All these things might help the business in the long run. No. T-Dub cheered. He said, from the perspective of a gullible person, oh, well, I saw a video of a guy who hides his face and has terrible audio, drowned out by loud music using clips of content from another stream that they claim they don't watch. Applying contradicting arguments and making no sense must be true. Yeah, you know, I guess you're referencing someone in particular, and I have no idea who that is. I don't. Like I said, I don't watch these guys' content, so I don't know anything about it. But I just know it exists, and literally, they make their name off of me every single day. And, you know, it is what it is. Like I said, for me, I'm happy with how things turned out. Just move forward positively. Not going to dwell on it. Kill Bill cheered. He says, have you ever had Korean barbecue? I love it. What's your favorite ethnic food? No, but Kat and I have actually talked about trying it because there are a couple places around here that do it, but we haven't gotten to one yet. So I've never actually had Korean barbecue yet. My favorite ethnic food, I would say around here in Washington State, two things that I like. Mediterranean food. There's actually a few restaurants that do really good quality Mediterranean food. You know, you have a kebab, or you can get I guess they call it a hero, but I say it's a gyro. I usually like the chicken kebabs a lot. And then the rice, you know, they have the seasoned rice with the hummus. And they give you usually a pita that you dip in the hummus. It's really good. I like that. It's pretty good, man. I think it's quite tasty. And quite frankly, if you look at it, it's good for you. Like, there's not like any like fat or anything content in that. You know, like they're giving you like drippy cheese and shit on it. They don't eat that stuff. So it's actually good for you. And I like, wow, you get healthy food that's quite flavorful and good for you. In fact, people have actually said Mediterranean food is some of the healthiest cuisine on the earth. That if you just eat Mediterranean food, as long as you don't go crazy with, you know, the things that are bad for you, but if you just eat most of their stuff, you'll be very healthy. And, you know, maybe I should adopt more of a Mediterranean lifestyle as I get older here, right? Another thing that I really like is ramen. There's a ramen place that opened up a couple years ago here, and I never had authentic ramen until this place opened up, and the ramen that they have is amazing. So, I like Japanese ramen now a lot. Outside of all that, I'm just trying to think. In particular, is there any other like ethnic food around here that I even eat that often? Not really. You know. So I would say those are probably the two big things out here in Washington. Okay. Eternal Napalm cheers. Any plans on playing Grand Blue Fantasy Relink? It's a team-based JRPP from Platinum Games with real-time third-person combat. I've never heard of it. It certainly doesn't sound like anything that my viewer base is going to care about. I'm just being honest here. I don't know anything about what you're talking about. So, no, quite honest, no plans on playing it because I don't even know what it is. Sammy the Connecticut Cat did a 100-bit cheer. He says, thanks for letting me be the best man at your wedding. And he says, you stated on Instagram we never met before, but that's false. We met before you left for Washington. You were... Oh, my God. So, anyway, yeah, I don't know. Some people actually said that. Like, I took a picture of Sammy and put it on my Instagram, and I was like, oh, it's good to finally meet Sammy. And people were like, no, you actually met Sammy before you left. I don't remember that at all. And I actually asked my parents later on. I said, did I meet Sammy before? And even they couldn't remember. They were like, I don't know. So I guess what happened is right before I had moved across the country, that my parents had brought... I think what it is they hadn't adopted Sammy at that point. Because, see, you guys don't know the full story. Sammy was an outdoor wild cat. Sammy was a cat that was basically going from house to house in the neighborhood and would get food from the humans, but then he would hunt all the wild animals out there and do all kinds of stuff. And then eventually my parents he kept coming by my parents' place and they kind of adopted him as their own cat. Eventually, sadly, what happened was he was kind of an indoor cat where he sometimes be indoors, sometimes outdoors, but he got into a really bad fight and he got hurt badly. And my parents took him to the vet, and the vet was like, well, this is it. Like, you can't let him outdoors anymore. Because whatever got him so bad that, you know, he could have died. And he's got to be an indoor cat from now on, since it looks like every time he goes outdoors, he's going to be fighting stuff. You can't have it. He's going to be dead. You know, he's basically fighting the wrong shit. So then he became an indoor cat. So the story is, I guess I kind of did meet him before I left, but I didn't know that because at that point my parents hadn't adopted him. He was just kind of in the house, I guess, at some point. I don't really remember. Like I said, I don't remember this at all. And then when I posted a picture of Sammy up on Instagram, people were like, "Oh yeah, we already know that cat." I was like, "Well, I don't even know him." So there you go. Anyway, thanks for the cheer. The White Deer official tipped me $2 and says, "I've been watching you since your Epic Mickey playthrough. Oh my god." He says, I've stuck around ever since. Your Phoenix Wright playthroughs are my favorites. I always go back to watching it when I need to chill or do homework, and I'm happy you're back to playing it." Well, that's good to hear. Thank you very much to the White Deer official for the $2 tip. And, you know, it's funny because a few people, not a lot, I'll be honest, but a few people have actually contacted me and said, we're very happy you're playing Phoenix Wright again because these are some of the playthroughs we saw way back in the day. Like I said, the last one I played was 5 years ago, but the originals were like 7 years ago or longer. And like, man, you know, that was Phil's heyday. Whenever Phil played, he would get attention and views on YouTube before he was even live streaming consistently. And, you know, these were playthroughs that put him on the map because, like I said, no one else was doing full reading of the dialogue plus voice acting for Phoenix Wright. And it's cool to have these people come back, but not a lot. And what I mean by that is, as I told you guys, I knew the attendance on this game is not very good, being honest. And, you know, although we did see some pretty good contributions for the premiere the other day, I doubt we're going to continue to see those moving forward. Unless I'm wrong. Maybe I'm just being too much of a negative, not negative, but kind of being skeptical. Let's put it that way. Like, I'm not expecting much out of this playthrough. You know what I mean? So, you know, but it is cool to hear at least a small handful of people who, like, wow, I'm a longtime viewer of yours and I've come back for this, or I'm watching this again. You know, not a lot, but at least it's good to hear there's some. Okay. Pessimistic. That's the word I was looking for, a reflecting God. Pessimistic. I am. I'm feeling a little bit pessimistic about this playthrough. Not to say I'm not enjoying it. I am. It's the first time I've done this in 5 years, but, you know, I'm getting that retro vibe again, but I'm a realist as well. All right. Hodor Targ cheered. He says, "Is Sammy the cat named after Sammy Samosa?" No. Sammy the cat, I don't even know where they got that name from. I have no idea where they got that name from. I don't think he had a name tag. He was an outdoor loose cat, just going from house to house, and maybe my parents just named him that. I don't know. But I can tell you he's a very lovable cat. Like, he would come right up to Cat and us, and we could pet him. He jumped on my nuts. I told you, he jumped up on my lap, on my nuts, and sat on my crotch. And he's a pretty heavy cat. So it's pretty funny. We were petting him together and everything. He's a really nice cat. I guess they call that the love bug or the green personality. A cat that's all about just getting kind of affection, and the cat's very nice, and the cat would never attack you, and the cat is so, you know, such a nice presence. You know, cats have different personalities. There's the scared personality where the cat hides constantly and just wants to do its own thing. That's definitely one of my parents' cats. That's the one that they call Kitty. It's a white cat, and that cat will not interact with humans like at all. It just stays away. And then there's the red, I think they call it red personality, which is more agitated. Like, the cat just wants to do its own thing, and every once in a while it'll interact with you, but if you give it too much, like, attention, it'll, like, get angry and attack you and shit. And that's pretty much my parents' other cat named Boo Boo, who acts just like that. She'll be like, oh, she's happy. You pet her, and then she fucking claws you. Like, what the fuck? I was being nice. You claw me? What the hell is this? But definitely, Sammy is the green personality, right? All right, guys. So before we start, really quickly, I just want to give a shout out to the top cheers of the week so far. Keep in mind, this leaderboard keeps running until Sunday before it resets. So still ample time to get up there if you wish to. So shout out to the top 10 cheerers of this week. In a tie for 9th place, we've got Wahlberg and GTK RWN. In 8th place, we've got Insomniatic Meat. Then we've got a tie for 6th place between Apple Peacock and Mr. Papavero. In 5th place, we've got Quack. In 4th place, UCK 14K. Then we've got a tie for 2nd place between Firm High Five and the Bishop of... Hold on, it cut off. Bishop of Mercy. And then sitting firmly in 1st place, Vote Democrat. So there you go. Thank you guys very much for all of your contributions this week. It is very much appreciated. And again, if you guys cheer, sub, or tip during the stream, I'll give you a shout out. This is a stream that will very much lend itself to that because it's all dialogue. It's fine if you want to, you know, interrupt with something to talk about. It's fine. And it should be fun. Although, you know, my voice I know is going to get challenged. And so we will take a break after about 2 hours, you know, rest my voice up a little bit more. And this will be the last major session of Phoenix Wright. It will be continuing on. After a little bit of a hiatus this week for the new releases, it'll be continuing on as a late night chill stream. Okay? All right, everybody, let's wrap this up. Thanks so far for your contributions. Insomniatic Meat with the top cheer and the White Deer Official with the top tip. And we'll get started. All right.